This is Hillbillies in the Bush, and today I'd like to show you my latest custom knife. This one here is being traded for something. This knife here was actually mostly made all by hand. It was hand filed, the flat grind, and the profile was done with a grinder, but all the finish work was done by hand up until right at the end, where I put a little buffer on it to take some of the small scratches out. But let's see if we can get it in the picture here. This is the blade. I don't know if that's picking that up very good or not. It's getting washed out on the camera, but and as you can tell, I'd call this the yellow jacket because of that handle. Now there's only about 3 ways to actually affix a set of scales to a full tang knife. One of them is rivets, which is like on your old hickory knives. Those over time will push out. The other way is screws, which is probably about the best thing to use. And the third way is rivets, or not rivets, brass pins or some type of pin that has been peened. Now if you'll notice how big these pins look, these are actually 1/8 inch diameter pins. They're 1/8 inch brass, and they've been peened to, looks like, close to 3/16 diameter. And this handle won't come off. If you guys are gluing your handles on, gluing your pins in, eventually they will come out. I know this from experience. But this is not the final. This is not the final view of this knife. As you can see, this knife is dull, and the reason that is, I've leaked enough blood in my time making knives that I know this knife don't get sharpened. Actually, that's the next stage for it to get sharpened and then wiped down of all fingerprints and then sent to the customer. But I wanted to do a review just to show you guys what it looked like. Now it won't be a mirror finish. It's got a satin finish on it, kind of satin right now. But if you want to check out your knives, guys, to see if we have any flaws that needs fixed, you need to bring them out in the sunlight. Mother Nature's sunlight is the best light for looking at anything for flaws. It can't be reproduced inside. You can throw all the lights you want to inside, and you will not see every flaw until you bring it out in the sunlight. But this one has my maker's mark on it. That's my initials, and I have a couple little points on it that I need to fix. One of them, now I've got fingerprints all over, but one of them right here, I don't know if you guys can see those light scratches. It's where I was finishing down this, and the 800 grit hit this right here. Put some light scratches. There's a little scratch right there. Somewhere else. Right in here somewhere. Let me see. Yeah, that's in the camera. Right in here somewhere, there's a couple of scratches right there that I need to finish. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and put an edge on it and look it over again out in the sunlight and send it to the customer. This here was traded like a bartering item, and the guy that's getting this, him and his wife does custom leather work, so I'm sure they can make a better sheath than I can. I mean, I can make sheaths, but I'm not that good at it yet. But just to give you guys a look at it, and of course he wants to see it probably in the daylight. Now it's got all fingerprints all over it. But one of the things, guys, and I've told a couple guys this, any of you guys making custom knives, and there's 3 real good channels, and I'm just going to go ahead and shout them out right now. One of them, of course, I'll have to list first, only because he's a fellow Ohioan, and that would be a great guy by the name of Tim at Sugar Creek Forge. And he makes some awesome knives. It's got some great tutorials on them. This is the blade you guys see me harden. I'm not going to show the processes. There's enough knife guys out there that's making great videos, and I'm not going to go through the hassle of all that. But Sugar Creek Forge would be one of them. I'll put the links down below. And then Kaiser Knives. He makes some pretty good knives. And then Gavco, which I'm sure there's a lot of you guys have subscribed to some of these. If you haven't, go check their channels out. They've got good tutorials on how to build a knife. But I just wanted to give this one a once over in the sunlight to see what all I had to do to maybe fix any imperfections that I've seen. And it actually looks pretty good. The handle's pretty clean. The rivets are pretty clean. Like I say, all I'm going to do is probably put a good edge on this, make it razor sharp, fix a couple little tiny, well, I'll probably do a finish buff when I'm done with it, so I'll take those little tiny 800 grit scuffs right there out. But hope you guys like it. Leave me a comment below if you do, and till next time, we'll see y'all later.